The Bluegrass features two horses that start out much better than the others, so post position shouldn't matter much unless one draws much better than the other. Blackadder was not fast as a 2-year-old for Baffert, despite the hefty price tag. He broke through last time on synthetic, but that still leaves him way too slow. Baffert off, bad pattern, slow, top on synthetic, Command Performance ran a couple of good ones last year, as Pletcher showed extreme confidence by running him in Grade 1 races as a maiden. Well, he's still a maiden, and Pletcher is still showing confidence, even after losing at 1-9 at Tampa. Average development from 2 to 3 would mean this horse is capable of running a couple of points faster than he did last year, and makes him a borderline contender. Emmanuel ran moderate figures in his first two, then jumped forward last time with a good effort that was concealed by a wide trip. Sometimes when Pletcher 3-year-olds jump, they stay there or go forward again. That's what Always Dreaming did. This one is usable, but realistically just underneath. Ethereal Road ran the same figures in his last two as Emmanuel, but this one we don't like. He was slower and more heavily raced as a 2-year-old, so he's come a long way already. Another forward move is far less likely than a bounce is. Fenwick didn't run for Asmussen. Fisher put blinkers on, and bang. Still, he would have to run a lot faster here. It's hard to believe the purchase price of Golden Glider, considering the damn side pedigree. He must be awful good looking. He's been inching forward for Cassie, but another small move won't help here. Grantham ran second in a weak Tampa Bay Derby by saving ground. He got a slow figure and hasn't developed at all since his debut. Rattle and Roll threw a big figure out of nowhere last year at a time when McPeak was getting lots of big figures. He hasn't been able to get back to that level this year and will now be making his third start in 5 weeks. He might finally do it, but even if he does, it would only get him a check, and he'll be overbet. Smile Happy ran well in his debut, then much better to win a stake, which gave him a very strong 2-year-old base from which to develop. In the Risen Star, he raced wide while Epicenter saved ground, which earned him about the same figure as the winner. He may not have been wound tight for that one and has excellent spacing into this. He seems almost certain to run at least to his last 2 figures, and probably better. He's very strong here and a major Derby contender. Volcanic wasn't much last year, but jumped way forward going long with blinkers added in his seasonal debut. He then bounced slightly, but with 8 weeks rest, he should now return to his best, which would give him a decent shot to get a check. Zandon earned a much better figure than the winner in the Remsen, and won as good as the top 2 in the Risen Star because he raised wide both times. This guy is very similar to Smile Happy in both ability and pattern, and has the same spacing. He needs Derby points. Chad will have him ready for this. The bottom line in the Bluegrass is that Lannery is great at saving ground, but Zandon drew much better than Smile Happy, and therefore is a slightly more likely winner. The live long shot is Command Performance, especially from the rail. It's unlikely anyone else will win this race.